Hello everyone, welcome to Kalpa Kendra Tarot. So it's been a long time since I shot my last video for the channel, and the reason for not shooting in between, I think there were definitely a couple of reasons. One of them was technical, another was definitely spiritual. I have been going through, so I've never spoken about my own journey with spirituality in detail. So it's maybe I'll have to explain a little bit in order to give you an idea about the kind of transformation I'm going through. But all I can say is, for now, all I can say is that when the energies get really heavy, it it is the time, I need to give myself time. And also I understand that the time, the celestial combinations and everything, it requires me to make myself available to receive the downloads that are meant for me, for my own spiritual growth, which will only make me better at um, you know grasping the many um, concepts that probably I would only be able to perceive at a certain level of consciousness. So I can now, right now, I have an idea about the things that I might not know, but it is only when I know them that I will be able to say that, you know be able to say and also see in hindsight the things that I did not have an idea about. So I can only tell you that it was so, the transformation that I was going through, the inner transformation was so heavy, and it required me to concentrate so much on my own inner transformation, that I was not able to make any videos, because I was basically just after deciding that I want to have my own channel and I want to start this platform. I started reviewing my entire life, and started thinking about what I want to do with my life once again. And I know we do this in many junctures in life, until and unless, of course, I think it's a lifelong process. I mean, trying to discover what you are here for and what your purpose is, it's a lifelong process. And that's why my reading today is absolutely aligned with the kind of transformation that I'm going through in life, which is about my soul calling, discovering what I want to do, which is intrinsically tied to what I'm here for. And I know that these questions trouble a lot of us, and there comes a time in your life when you absolutely cannot be doing something that is not meant for you. I mean, it could be great, it could be the greatest financial opportunity, it could be really making people in your life happy, and it could also be everything that you wanted at a certain point in your life. But when you realize that it's not what I'm here for and it's not my calling, then it can be extremely you can feel extremely disoriented. Yeah, disoriented. Is it disoriented or disorientated? Disorientation. Yeah, I butchered it, but anyway. Whatever it is, so yeah, you can feel absolutely clueless about how to take forward your life from there on. And I went through something like that. It wasn't so much about spirituality that I was questioning myself. I understood that I want to have something to do with spirituality, or what I want to do in life is basically um, tied to spirituality. But it was something else that was troubling me. It was like everything else that I was doing, because I was not at all a spiritual person. And some of the things that I had as a career option up until discovering spirituality, or realizing how closely I'm connected to the spiritual realm, like we are all connected, but the realization of it happens differently at different stages, right? Sorry. So yeah, up until then I had a completely different career path. So it has been quite a journey for me, just understanding what I want to do and who I am, what I'm here for. So realizing the kind of help that I myself needed, I wanted this reading to extend similar help, like similar kind of help to you. And I'm so sorry if the camera goes on shaking. It's not me doing it. It's happening because, you know, I have a fan switched on, and it's happening because of the air, right? Sorry, the movement of the air, the wind. So basically, I needed a lot of help with my soul calling to discover my purpose. And although I would not make this about purpose, though, you know, your soul calling is kind of your purpose. This reading is, as you've seen the title already, it is about what is your soul calling. And I have 3 groups in front of me today. So let's get started with the reading. But before that, let me introduce the group. So first group is Leopardskin Jasper, and you don't have to focus too much on the message here, which I'll be talking about, say, in the last part of the reading. The second group is going to be Aquamarine. Don't have to focus too much on the message. We'll be discussing it at the end of the reading. And the third group is Angelite. Okay, so you can now pause the video. Let me see if you can see the cards. Yeah. Yes. No. The camera keeps shaking. That's okay. Yeah, so you can pause the video here to select your group, to choose the group that you feel most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one group, that is okay. And what else do I have to say? I don't have to say anything else. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep the cards minimum in this reading. I want this reading to be short, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. I mean, I'm obviously gonna deliver the messages that are gonna come to me, so I'm not gonna focus too much on the time. But I want the reading, like I want to keep the cards to a minimum, because it gives me the opportunity to discuss each card in greater detail. And I have seen that one card has so much information that if I increase the number of cards, it ends up becoming a very messy reading, where I have so much to talk to, and I have so much to talk about, and then, you know, I don't know how much of it I'm being able to deliver. But if I focus on like 2-3 cards, I think it does justice to the reading better. I mean, I can then have many other readings and go on to do readings on many other topics to dissect the information that is probably coming for each group. But I should not be taking a lot of cards. This is what I feel, so that's what I'm gonna stick to for this reading today. And see you in your group. Okay. Hello. So group 1, for the people who have chosen Leopardskin Jasper as their card. So let's talk about the stone Leopardskin Jasper a little bit before I go into your cards. The cards have been pre-shuffled. So Leopardskin Jasper basically is a stone for people who want to stand up for themselves, who want to strengthen their, you know, sense of self and courage. It represents courage, vitality, and you know, finding your inner voice, standing up for yourself, and you know, finding wholeness, finding a strong sense of self, a strong sense of who you are. But one of the interesting things about this stone, and something that stands out regarding this stone, is that it helps you find stability in midst of chaos. So from the stone that you have chosen, what I can understand about the situation or your soul calling is that you might have a very strong understanding of who you are, but you have not yet had the courage to stand up for what you want. And I don't think you have never had the courage. In fact, I think that there are times when you have stood up for yourself in ways that not only surprised others around you, but you also surprised yourself, like you were capable of such strength, my god. But you always had it in you. You always had the strength in you, to stand up for yourself. But now you are moving into a phase, or it is your soul calling to basically understand who you are and fight for what you believe in, to stand up for who you are. Another thing that the stone talks about is that it is something like it is meant to deliver, or it helps deliver to you things that you need. Definitely it works with your desires, but more than your desires, whatever you need, like it is pretty much aligned with the idea of a purpose or soul calling, in the sense that this stone will take care of what you need, and will also align you with people who are beneficial for your journey, beneficial to your journey and beneficial for your path or your purpose in life, right? And it will also remove the people who, and as you may be familiar already, that sometimes when we are going through spiritual awakening, not sometimes, I mean it almost happens all the time, that when you are going through spiritual awakening, the people who you're not meant to be with, or the people who you are not vibrationally a match to or aligned with, in terms of frequency, and like the people with whom your vibe doesn't match, you don't have to do a lot to get them out of your life. They kind of get removed, like universe kind of does the work to remove them from your path. So it's never easy, but that's what universe does, and you ultimately, in hindsight, you're also able to see the point of it. So Leopardskin Jasper as your stone gives me the indication that you are someone who probably has a very good idea about what their soul calling is, and what they now want to do is stand up for what they believe in. And your destiny is to basically evolve yourself into the strong character that you are. You are basically an epitome of strength, and that is what you're being asked to embrace, no matter what your journey, like what your destination is going to be like by destination I mean whatever you are interested in terms of profession. It could be a couple of things which I will discuss, but you are meant to somehow you will be in the public eye, like people will know you as this epitome of strength. Obviously I said it, but as an example, like people will talk about you as an example, like look at so and so. I mean, obviously when you're going through the challenges in your life, you won't feel that an example is going to be made of you, or you might have an idea, you might have this instinctive knowing that you are going to be like the people who are challenging you now, the people who are basically talking to you in a way like you can't do this, or you are crazy to want to do something like this, are maybe not those people, but the people who maybe don't appreciate you a lot during your days of struggle are going to emerge as one of your, like, some of your biggest fans. So that's what that's your soul calling. Like that's an introduction to your soul calling. Now, Four of Wands is let's discuss all the cards first. Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, Prince of Swords, Princess of Cups, and Six of Wands are your 5 cards. And we will go through each card one by one. The first card, Four of Wands, talks about celebration, marriage, then also divine union, because it's 11/11. So for this card to come for your soul calling, what I understand from it is that you are a character who is not, like, you are going to evolve into a character who is not going to settle for just anybody. You might come to a phase in your life, or you might be going through this in your life, when your family members or people in your life are asking you about when you'll settle down, especially in like the country that I'm from, India, where when you are of a certain age in this country, everybody is interested in when you're going to get married, and that's their idea of settling down. So I'm not saying that this doesn't happen anywhere else, but it, like staying in India, this is something that it is our lived reality, like we very much know it. So people who would want you to settle down, or people might come to you with suggestions about who you should date, and they might tell you that they think someone like so and so is going to be great for you, a great match for you, but you have this idea about either a soulmate or a divine counterpart which you are very sure of. But this is not something that you're gonna have, like since childhood you might have a vague understanding of it, but you're gonna grow up to have experiences in your love life which will kind of like break you and make you to the extent that you will eventually say that I am going to, like, if I am ever going to settle down, I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. I am only going to take that divine counterpart as my partner, who is going to complement me in a spiritual and in a divine way. So this is what you are, this is what you understand by stability. So stability for you is not going to be very conventional. It is going to be like what others see. Even though this is a card of celebration, we don't see anybody here, and it looks like some sort of a ritual, because a marriage ceremony in India happens with happens around this kind of an arrangement. So for you, it's like, even though people can't see why you are happy and what you want in life and who is the partner that you're waiting for, or they cannot understand your concept of union. And I'm not sure if you're not able to see the card, but yeah. So even if people are not able to understand your concept of union, it still makes sense to you. And going coupled with your stone leopard skin Jasper, it makes complete sense. Like, you are going to stand up for yourself. Like, it doesn't have to make sense to you. My understanding of love and my understanding of union, my understanding of feeling settled, feeling stable, doesn't have to make sense to you. It makes sense to me, and that's enough. That is what you're going to stand up for, and you're not going to just settle for just anybody. Queen of Wands, you are going to emerge as this person who's absolutely able to take charge of everything that they want to do in life, whether or not it is approved by people in their lives, their family, their friends. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is that it should matter to you. That's all that matters to you, right? That it should make sense to you here and here too. So, and you are wearing your decisions like like an expensive gown. I don't know. That's what came to my mind, that you are basically flaunting your worldview and your lifestyle, and you don't care. Like, at this age and at this stage of your life, at this age, I mean the age that this lady is in, and she also has a cat, so you could be fond of cats. So sometimes when people are fond of cats and are fond of their pets, and they want to remain single, you could have a divine counterpart that you are aware of, but since unions like this, and unions with high level soulmates, divine counterparts usually, and then again twin flames, they usually take time, and there's a process involved. Okay. From getting to know your partner to actually coming to union, there's a process involved, and it's a spiritual journey where where you're required to make certain changes, and like do certain things that take your journey for, like, that help you progress in your journey. So basically, you may be at a stage in your life where you are waiting for your counterpart, but not in the sense that you're passively waiting for the counterpart. No, you're taking charge of your life, and your soul calling is to do that. When you are like, when you understand what you want to do, when you find something that you get, like, that you're interested in, that you believe in, your soul calling is to just leave everything behind and go for it, like chase it. And here I can understand something here. She has fire burning in the background. It's like the world could be burning if it has to, things could be collapsing if it has to, like things could be collapsing if they have to. It doesn't matter to you. What matters to you is that your life is lived well, and your peace, you're choosing your peace, your like calling, your whatever makes you happy, your understanding of success, and it could be very different from what the world believes in. Not a care in the world. You are just focused on yourself, and you are doing it so well that people, and here's a message, if you're afraid of, you may not be afraid, but you know, there may be a little that inner child in you which wants to, which has come here for the confirmation, and which wants to hear that confirmation that everything that you're doing, it looks courageous. Obviously you are courageous. If you've chosen this pile, you are hella courageous. But you know, it's still, you're probably here for the confirmation, and here's your confirmation that once you align yourself with your path, with your soul calling, and you go on to live this way, and this is part of your soul calling, you will inspire a lot of people in the process. People are just going to look at you and be like, oh my god, she's the example, or he's the example that we want to take when we take a leap of faith in our own lives. She or he is the example that we are. I'm saying she because she's the Queen of Wands, so she's the example that that we are going to take. Okay, or she's the example we are going to think of when it comes to feeling inspired by someone. Then you have the Prince of Swords. When you know what you are here for and what you have come here to do, you are gonna chase it with such, like, you're basically not going to waste any time. You are gonna work a lot on yourself. First you're gonna, I think you are going to invest some time in understanding what your beliefs are, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel stable. And it is not going to be conventional, it is going to be something unconventional, because this is like, even the Four of Wands here, it's beautiful, but it's a little unconventional. And look at the heart here. So your understanding of happiness may not be lavish, luxurious lifestyle. I'm not saying that you can't opt for it, you can obviously opt for it, but you could be like, it is the simple things. You might just realize that it is the simple things in life that make you happy. And once you realize these things, you are gonna go forward full force, like you're gonna go chase it full force. You're not gonna waste any time in it, and you are not going to, and look at the Knight, I mean, coming with the sword. You are not going to get anybody who stands on your path, you're going to, like, basically slay. Not that you're going to attack them, you're not going to be violent, but you know, every reaction, be it anger, be it fear, be it aggression, be it understanding, whatever reactions are available at our disposal are basically given to us as choices, that you know, we can choose to react in certain way. And you know, there's a variety of emotions available to us to choose from. You have kind of made this decision to be absolutely ruthless about going, like, chasing your dreams and going forward to discover yourself, or to chase what you believe in, to chase the goal that you have in mind. And you're not gonna, and the entire process is gonna happen, like, once you understand what you want and you show up for it, it's gonna happen very smoothly, and you're gonna go full force, like, it's like attack, and you're gonna go with all the information, like, whatever you, maybe if you are interested in pottery, you're gonna go with like full research, like, what is it that I'm required to do, and now I'm gonna take action. And when you take action, it's going to be very, very fast. Like it's one of the fastest moving nights. So it's you're gonna know speed in your soul calling once you discover what you want to do, and then you go full force. And this is not something you'll be doing for the first time in your life. After you hear this reading, this is probably who you are, this is probably what you do. And then Princess of Cups. So here I can say that you're like, this very theme that little things make you happy is very strong in your reading, and that's why it's so unconventional. That is why maybe you have felt challenged by people and their notions, because what conventionally makes people happy is not something that you have been able to agree with, and people making it hard for you only because you don't align with their like only because your beliefs don't align with theirs, are going to like, yeah, they are going to be the obstacle that you fight at one point, and you're going to fight them well. You fight them with your ignorance. Basically, you're going to just be like, you're like, not, it's not like you are going to, like, you are going to ignore them, understanding that they are acting out of ignorance, because they don't understand that the reality is different for everyone, or they don't perceive reality the same way that you do. Somebody might be thinking that success looks like uh, trips around the world and many cars and big houses, and they don't understand the kind of burden that they are being on nature by wanting more, and giving less. And sometimes people who don't want to be a burden on nature, who want to reduce the burden on nature, on planet Earth and Mother Gaia, those are the people who are the most valuable for nature. Those are the people that the universe wants to protect. And we don't understand this. We think that the people who have more and are the richest and go on to have big houses and many cars, and they are the ones who are God's favorite. But somehow it's not, because look at the kind of life Jesus Christ went on to have, or look at the kind of life Buddha went on to have. So people who come here to spread the message of love and God and of togetherness, they have a very different kind of life than others who think that what being blessed by God looks like might be able to perceive or grasp. So you have that kind of a soul calling where it's not making sense, but here you go. The last card is Six of Wands, and if you know anything, like, it's not making sense. What you want to do is not making sense to a lot of people, yet you're doing it so well. You're standing up for yourself, and here you go. You finally emerge as the victor that you are. The victory is yours, and all the people who were basically the obstacles on your path are now behind you as your supporters. And look at their expression. Like, more than being proud, these people are guilty. Like, it looks like these people are guilty for not understanding who this person was, and you have been guided by spirit all along. This bird is symbolic of spirit for me, and even the horse. It's like the universe has your back and always had your back, is what you're gonna emerge knowing. And it's again the path is very different from your victory. Is gonna look very unconventional. It's not going to be a conventional victory, but when this happens, you are just gonna tell people, just by being who you are and by living your life, you're gonna show people another way of being, another way of doing things. Like, they don't know, like, something that you're gonna end up doing in life is going to give people the message that yes, you can be successful this way also. It's possible to achieve success and be happy and live a fulfilling life this way also. Like you are gonna take a path which is going to, the route that you take is going to come as a revelation for people. Okay, so that's your soul calling. And now I also have a guidance card for you, which is Black Moonstone. Wait a second. Yeah, so I could not have asked for a better guidance to come for you. Basically, I don't ask for guidance. Guidance is something that comes from the universe, but I could not have myself imagined a better card or a better message to complement the reading that we have had up until now. So your guidance is have like sorry is the card for your guidance is Black Moonstone, and the message is: have you been searching for answers? Are you looking outside yourself to discover the truth? All the answers are within. Spiral inside your consciousness through dreaming, meditation, and inner journey work. Stay focused on the truth that all you need to know is inside you. Remember that your thoughts create your personal reality. Well, Black Moonstone is a stone that encourages you to connect with your intuition and work from an intuitive knowing. So you are being asked to focus on what you already know to be your soul calling. This, whatever is your soul calling, whatever you're meant to do in life, it is something that you are probably aware of since you were a kid. You know, we are more aware of our dreams and what we want to do in life when we are young, like when we are younger, and we are not consumed by fears and thoughts of impossibility. There is, like, children, they have not been touched by the conditioning of the world yet, and they are able to dream and their way dream their way to their soul calling or their purpose in life more easily than we can do as adults. That's why I think it is so important to, you know, experience that childhood phase of not of you know of wanting to be this amazing thing, and then not being able to understand why people are doing you know, not understanding why people go on to do boring jobs when they can have such interesting jobs, and not being able to understand why people are studying so much or why they're going to schools. Like, it's like children, you can't make them understand things that as adults, because of our conditioning, it comes to us so naturally. So go to that phase of yours. Like, I could say these things from my own understanding, where I was not able to understand some of the things that people were so sure of. Like, people just knew that they, when they grow up, who they wanted to be, or why they were going to school or why they were studying. I had no clue why I was doing any of it and why we had to do any of it. So if something like that has been your reality as well, you're being encouraged to connect with your intuition and know what you intuitively have known to be your soul calling all your life, all along. And now the message on the Leopardskin Jasper is this: are people around you suddenly changing their tune? Have you decided it's time to change yours? Do you need to be more flexible like a leopard? Stock yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Observe yourself and those around you. This makes so much sense. So, I had not read this message before doing the reading, but there are people who are going to be like, I think right now that you're reading this, right now that whenever you will be listening to this reading, obviously as a timeless reading, you could be listening to it anytime, at any point in your life. Probably you'll be led to it when you most need to hear this. But there are people who are standing as obstacles on your path, and you have to find a way to emerge as this Queen of Wands and just go for what you think you have come here to do, what your soul calling is. Stock yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Observe yourself and those around you. So you have to do some understanding about how you want to conduct yourself around these people. They could be your close ones, they could be your relatives, your family, your friends, who are now maybe who are the reason why you are not being able to move towards your life purpose or your soul calling. This is something that you have to figure out by sitting with yourself and finding out how you want to like manage them and handle them, and choose your peace, you know, make room for yourself to opt for your best life. So this is where I'm gonna end your reading. It was great spending time with you, group 1, and if this reading resonated with you, do leave a comment. See you in another reading. Take care. Hello group 2, if you chose this card Aquamarine, then this is your reading. We are going to look at the message at the end of the reading as we did for group 1. You got one extra card more than group 1. So group 2, what do I intuitively know about this group of yours, about your soul calling? That it has got something to do with a deep inner knowing. Like you know what it is, and it might, to you it might appear grand, and you are probably here asking, is my soul calling or is my future really as grand as it appears to me? Well, it is. So if that's what if that's the question that you've come here asking, then yes, it is the plan for your future, which has been planted as a seed of inner knowing or curiosity in you, in your subconscious, is actually grand. And that's why you have probably even felt the jitters of, the jitters of let me finish this sentence first. Yeah. So you probably felt the jitters of realizing just how big your dream is. That's the scary part, and the kind of life you would have to live. But you are a very interesting character. Like, as I go into the reading, I'm gonna talk about it. You're a very interesting character. One of the quotes that comes to mind is by Plato, where he says that you can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The tragedy of life is when an adult is afraid of the light. So I'm not going to say that you are that adult. The quote comes to mind. So yeah, you are actually going to have a life which might feel unreal to you only. Like, you might only go at your life going like, how come I have a life like this, or how come I want to live like this? I have not come across anybody who has a soul calling of having such an interesting life journey, and what, everything. Like, it's like for you, I remember this interview by Harry Styles where he says that if it stops being fun, then I'm gonna stop doing it. So for you, like, your soul calling is something like that. You are being called to do whatever you feel is fun and interesting for you. The moment it stops being fun, you can stop doing it. So that's what your guides are saying. Okay. Aquamarine, the card that you've chosen, it talks about inner wisdom, deep inner knowing about what they have come here to do. It's like no matter who you are at a surface level, maybe you don't discuss the depths of your like, soul calling is something that you are, I think you are at some level deeply aware of. Maybe you have not explained it, forget to someone else, you have not explained it, and you have yourself not faced like what you know to be true intuitively. So maybe you have not explained to anyone else, because this looks so grand. I don't think you, like, before explaining to someone else what you want, you might have gone like, yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, so I don't know if I should discuss this, I don't know if anybody would believe me. Aquamarine was also called the sailor's stone. So the Greeks and the Romans, when they used to go out in the ocean, the sailors used to keep the stone as a protection from sea storms, and they also used to sleep with it under their pillow, and they used to offer this stone to the sea to please the to please Poseidon, and to keep them safe in their journey, so that they can come back, like they can go reach the destination and also come back from the destination safely. One of the things about this aquamarine stone being your stone for this reading is that you have no idea why you are here. And when, no, I don't mean it like that. Like when we are born, we essentially don't know, and there is no way you can know possibly all the experiences that you're gonna have on earth. So when we incarnate, we don't have an idea about the range of experiences and the things that we are gonna go on to have on earth. I mean, obviously some people can come, like for you can have obviously have a deep inner knowing, but I just remembered that I forgot to read this section for group 1, but yeah, I'm probably going to do it for you. Let's see if you're here from group 1, any of you, then I'm sorry. So probably it's not meant for you, no? It's also not very essential to your reading, yeah, because these things happen in a divine way. Sorry, I might have justified my own mistake, sorry. So basically when you incarnate on earth, you have no idea that what all you are going to experience. So being born on this planet is equivalent to, or can be metaphorically said that it is like going out in the ocean. Like you don't know what you are going to face. So basically you have this stone, like the sailors used to have this stone in order to protect them from anything that might anything that might go wrong in the sea. And you, instead of the stone here to replacing the stone, you have a deep inner knowing that is going to guide you through your journey on earth, and it's going to keep you safe. And anytime you go astray, your deep inner knowing is going to call you back and lead you back to your purpose and what you're meant to do here on earth. Also, this gives me this gives me an understanding that you might have left a lot of jobs, and jobs that were basically very lucrative, or options that were very lucrative, and your family or your close ones probably got really excited for you when you had these opportunities happening for you, but you left them in order to pursue, or you will leave some very lucrative offers to go pursue what your inner calling is, or what your inner knowing is, what your dreams are. And it might, there's a faint voice in your head that you follow. That voice could, like, it might appear to be faint, but you can hear the voice very clearly, and you have a very clear understanding of what this voice is trying to tell you. Okay, so the cards that you have for this reading is Queen of Pentacles, Justice, the Fool, the World, Ten of Cups, and Two of Pentacles. So by Queen of Pentacles, I understand that whatever your dream is, or whatever your soul calling is, you have come here to wanting to be wealthy. And some of the decisions that you've made in life, you've probably made thinking that this is going to lead to wealth, and by wealth you also associated wealth with stability, and getting fulfilling some of the earthly desires that you might have had, like worldly desires that you might have had, fulfilling the dreams of your parents, being able to buy something for your parents, or being able to deliver like something that had a lot of materialistic value. So you basically you were always worried with your soul calling, because in your head your soul calling is so grand. You were worried if you were going to take steps towards it, if you will be able to fulfill this dream that you have, which is to be financially stable and to be flourishing. Okay, to be wealthy. Basically you wanted to be wealthy, and you wanted to be wealthy, or you want to be wealthy in a very just way. It's your, like, you wanted to be rich, but not at the cost of something that comes to my mind is an essay written by Amartya Sen, where he says that the rich are basically killing the poor in disguise by using some of the resources, not only using, by exploiting some of the resources available to us, like where they could afford, or where they could go by public transport, they would always travel by cars, and some of the cars that, like, the number of cars they use are not necessary. So they have never thought of the rich. They never thought, they never think of curbing their curbing the curbing their uses, which may be unnecessarily burdening the planet. So this way they end up polluting. The pollution level in the streets is very, very high, especially in countries like India. And the people who sell fruits and vegetable on the streets are directly getting affected because of the pollution. They never think of the way that they are affecting the environment, or their decisions, the choices, their lifestyle is affecting their environment. But these are somehow the things that you have thought about. I mean, you may not have been inspired exactly by the things that I've said, that Amartya Sen said, but somehow your idea of being rich has been to be in a just way. You could have wanted to be a lawyer who fights to right the wrongs that has happened, generational wrongs that have been happening for decades. You could be something like, or you could be inspired to be someone like Nani Palkhiwala. If you don't know about him, then you might as well Google him. He is a very famous Indian lawyer. So you might have wanted to be a lawyer, but whatever you wanted to do in a way where you right the wrongs, and where you where you balance the scale of justice for everyone. You wanted to be rich in a way, or you wanted, like, maybe your childhood was like, you have had a lot of things happen to you in childhood which you wanted to grow up and correct. Maybe your parents did not have access to some of the things that we consider to be basics. Maybe you had a difficult childhood, but even your difficult childhood could not dim that spark of creativity in you. You are a creative soul. I mean, even if you had a tough childhood or tough upbringing, I'm sorry for the experiences that you might have gone through in this case, but you know what, our challenges help us grow, and it's as simple as that. Our challenges really help us grow, so we should be thankful for our challenges, and I somehow believe that you have been thankful for your challenges. So whatever you have faced made you want to be financially stable, but there is a side of you which made you want to, like, you wanted to balance the scale of justice, and you wanted to do something which would be not only, here the justice card is very interesting. Like, it may not be so conventional also. Like, for example, people wanting to be rich in a conventional way, you might have wanted to be rich in a very unconventional way, and you might have wanted to follow a very unconventional path, but you somehow wanted that path to lead you to wealth, and it will. So as we get to the later part of this reading, you will understand that it will. So your soul calling is probably, that is justice for you. Justice is to chase what you are intuitively and intrinsically, what you have known to be your path. So who you are, showing up as who you are, as who you authentically are, is justice for you. Otherwise it is injustice. It is not just for anyone to not be who they are. The only thing that is just and fair in this world is to show up as who you authentically are, and that should not have to be in a way where people don't have means, like people have to struggle financially. Even that unconventional path can lead to wealth, and that is the equation that you're trying to solve in your life. That is the LHS is equal to RHS that you're trying to do. And you're probably that example, you're trying to set that example that you can live the life of your dream, still be wealthy, don't have to starve. And trust me, this is what the universe wants for you. This is the message of your, like, this is the message you want to spread by living your life, and this is your soul calling. So the next card is the Fool, where you're going to take a leap of faith towards whatever you believe to be your like purpose in life, and that is not conventional. You have the Fool, so you basically are going to set out. You might the story that is coming to my mind is that somebody who starts out in a very conventional career path and then goes on to realize that they want to be a travel writer or something like that, that they want to be a travel blogger and make travel videos. That is the kind of path that you will eventually realize to be your soul calling. Not exactly this, but something similar. And then you have the World, and this is how you're going to travel the world. This actually came out together, and I said you got one extra card. Basically what you got is two cards came out together, and that is the Fool and the Wall. So I like for convenience I place them like this, but they're actually supposed to be like this. So that's what you are going to take this step towards discovering this world. You're going to set out on this journey to discover the world. And when you discover the world, my god, the World is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. Okay, see, you have got cups and pentacles and wands and swords and everything. It basically says that, okay, it basically says that when you go on to discover the world, when you go on to discover the when you go on to take a leap of faith, you're gonna able to cultivate your mind, like you cultivate yourself intellectually. You're gonna take inspired action and know the power of actions. You're gonna be able to earn the money and gain the financial stability that you want, and you are also going to be extremely happy to be able to live the life of your dreams. It's like everything that you want in one package, like served to you on a platter. Here, my friend, because you took the leap of faith, and that is your soul calling. Because you took the leap of faith, you can now have these blessings from the universe, and the blessings are yours. And then you go on to live like like the happiest life that you have wanted. You start somewhere, not wanting the conventional things in a conventional way, but you get to experience everything. Like a conventional life is where we go on to experience happiness with our family and everything. You will experience everything, but it's not going to be the way the world wants it to be. It will be the way you want it to be, and that for you is justice. Justice is only when you are responding to your soul calling, to what your soul wants to experience. It is not when others tell you what you should experience, and that is what you will choose to do, and you will do it so well you will do it. And so ultimately the card that comes, the card that came out the last for you is Two of Pentacles, where you have to balance. Like you're gonna find success, and you're gonna find this emotional fulfillment, and basically what you have to do is you have to balance, like find balance in your life a lot, because the kind of journey that you're gonna have, this is going to be something that you learn to do as a result of your soul calling. Like balancing, managing yourself, managing your schedule, managing your finances, managing your, like even planning your life, how you want to go on to experience this thing is something that you will experience as a result of your soul calling. And Two of Pentacles also talks about choices in a way, and also balancing. So Balancing is something that I already spoke of, that you are gonna have to balance. Like, you're gonna experience everything. You're gonna experience a beautiful, your soul calling is to experience a beautiful life and show to the world how it's possible to do that. And this, like, no other way is just for you. This is the only just way for you. Like, this is the only way it's just and fair. And you are also going to have to juggle between a lot of opportunities. You'll get a lot of opportunities coming your way, and you will always be this person who, I have said always a lot, no? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so you will be this person who is having to place one offer somewhere and then the other offer somewhere. You're gonna have a lot of offers coming your way, and you are going to have to at some point, this is a message that is coming through. At some point you will realize that even living the life of your dreams is such a burden, because ultimately it comes down to work. You wanted to live your life in a way. This is a very sad quote. I have quoted so many, like I used so many quotations in your reading. So another quote that I'm going to use, and I'm going to dissect it for you, deconstruct it for you, is that when you choose to do something that makes you happy, then you will not have to work for another day of your life. It is a quote I don't agree with, because it tends to talk about work in a way which we essentially want to avoid. Like, you will not have to work for another day in your life means that maybe working is essentially bad, and when you do something which you love to do, then you don't have to work. So that is for people who think that work cannot be fun, or the people who think of work in a way as if work, like having to work is basically to do something not fun, or not something that they enjoy, or not something people intrinsically want to do. So that's not how I view work. Work should be an innate expression of your your deepest desires, or innate expression of the kind of changes you want to see in the world. So work should be your soul calling. But this is the quote that came to mind. So you will realize that at some point you might think that I wanted to create a life of my dreams in order to avoid these nitty-gritties and these intricacies of life, and that is exactly what I'm having to balance. Even living the life of my dreams, I'm having to balance between responsibilities and offers and opportunities, and maintain schedules. That is something that you will experience. You will go on to, like, your soul calling. As a part of your soul calling, you will realize that this is a part of life. Like, you can't escape, like, balancing and then juggling responsibilities, and then because you are somebody who enjoys being all this so much that whenever you have to do a little bit of managerial work, you get really frustrated. So this is what the Two of Pentacles is reminding me of. For your guidance, you have Vanatanite. I don't know if I am saying this correctly, or it could be Vanatanite, but it sounds like Vanatanite. Anyway, this is a card that talks about connecting you to what is that word? To a comfortable physical reality, not a comfortable, to the most it basically connects you to circumstances that is the most conducive to your purpose, and it basically brings about material changes in your physical reality that are most necessary for you to experience your life purpose. Okay, and it brings in divine help in a very earthly way. So if that is something that you are interested in, because working from a deep inner knowing, right? That is what Aquamarine and your entire reading talked about. The deep inner knowing of having a great life, having a great fun life, and that is the only thing that makes sense to you. So you're gonna get a lot of divine help, and that divine help might come to you in such a practical way, because we have a lot of practical cards here. The only card here that talks about being a little unconventional is the Fool, but yet I get this idea that you are pretty unconventional. Okay, like, although the cards are not telling me, but your energy is telling me that I am dealing with somebody who's like, the people who will be choosing these groups will the people who will be choosing this group will have a very unconventional energy to them. Yeah, so the guidance that you received is, do you listen for and hear the song of the angels? Are you ready to receive healing energy from the music of the spheres? Allow sound and music to help you remember why you are here on earth at this time. Through meditation, recall the sacred agreements that guide you to fulfill your life purpose. My friend, connect with your intuition through meditation, and by connecting more with the nature, in order to realize this inner calling of yours, which I think you have some understanding of, or at some level you are aware of this inner calling of yours, deep inner knowing of what you are here for, why you are here on earth at this time. So I think you have an idea about this. But in order to deepen the connection that you have with your angels or your spirit guides, you can meditate, you can connect with the nature, go for nature walks. And the guidance on the back of this card is, this is affirmation. Saint Cecilia, I understand the factors at play in my life. I am open to angelic guidance offered through sounds, music and song. Lyrics flow through me and touch my soul. I have the power to shine like a star as the angels light my path. One thing that I'm getting is that you could be very fond of music or songs, and you might think of songs as the songs that you like at a particular juncture in your life may be symbolic of the phase that you're going through or whatever you're experiencing at that point in your life, right? So even your guidance, your spirit, like your guides are saying that is something that you're right about. If you think that way, then you're right about it, and that is something that they are encouraging you to be more mindful of. Like, yeah, sure, I mean that is how they are communicating with you through songs and music, and you should also pay attention to it. So the message here is, are your emotions in turmoil? Are you feeling uneasy? Spend time at the water's edge to regain emotional balance. Clear away any negative energy you may have accumulated from unsettling conversations or negative internal dialogue. So from this message, I can understand that your inner knowing, since your life is going to be unconventional in a way that is startling at first when you look at it, you might have this tendency of maintaining this inner dialogue with yourself since you were younger, that no, whatever you're saying is too good to be true, or no, I'm not the person who's meant to do all these things. No, it couldn't be me. You're being asked to go sit by a water body, and that is when you'll be able to connect. Since Aquamarine is a card, that is when you'll be able to connect with the emotions, or just focus on that inner knowing, focused on what you intuitively know to be true as your soul purpose. And then we have Angel of Emotional Balance. I'm able to identify my feelings and resolve unsettling emotions. Negativity flows away effortlessly and lovingly. My emotional body is awash with positive energy. I enjoy a sense of balance. Safe travel over or on water is a certainty. Yay. Okay, group 2, here I'm going to end your reading here. See you in another reading. Take care. Also, if this reading resonated with you, then do leave a comment, okay? Take care. Hello, group number 3. So if you have chosen the Angelite card, then welcome to your reading. Group number 3. If you came here expecting an easy breezy reading, then and you really felt drawn to group number 3, then I must tell you that this reading is going to be a little different from your expectation, because you have come here with to perform some very heavy and important tasks. So please stay with me. Let me explain to you what I think is your soul calling, and it is no easy task definitely to achieve what you have come here to achieve, but the amount of guidance that you will receive, the nature of guidance that you will receive from the universe, from the divine and your spirit guides, is something that needs to be praised. First of all, when I was shuffling for the 3 cards that I'll be choosing for you to pick pick a particular group, an Angelite came out. I knew that the third group is going to have a strong presence of divine guidance. That is something that is the nature of the stone. But it is here we have 2 difficult cards which basically reveal to me what you have come here to do. Okay, and we will unpack that. That's exactly what we're going to talk about, but first we are going to deconstruct or understand this card better. And Angelite talks about like deepening your connection to the spirit, like with this, what have I done, sorry, deepening your connection with the spirit realm. So it is to enhance guidance, it is used to enhance guidance from spirit, and increase or improve your improve telepathic guidance from your spirit guides, your higher self, from the divine, and also to help in astral travel, and get protection from get divine protection from from different experiences that you might have on Earth. So that is what Angelite basically talks about. And to have that as your card for this reading, for the soul purpose reading, it tells me that one reason, understand this, if spirit is going to be so involved with your life, it is going to be so involved with guiding you to your soul calling and making sure that whatever you have come here to achieve in this lifetime is achieved, and you go on to fulfill the tasks. Not only, don't look at it from an ego point of view, like an egoistic point of view, that it's my soul calling, I have come here to do this, it's up to me, or this is why I'm here for. Forget who you are, forget yourself. There's a point in your spiritual journey where you will have ego death, to the point where if you ever had dark night of the soul, or if you have experienced ego death, so you will know that the nature of it is so transformational, and you actually have death as back of the deck energy. Like, I really had to look at the back of the deck energy for your for your pile. I did not do this for the other 2 piles because I had to make sense of, because I knew this is the Angelite pile. If the angel guidance is so strong for group number 3, then there must be something huge that they are here for, and I should be able to communicate to them, communicate their their journey to them to the best of my ability. That's what I had at the back of my mind, and I hope I'm able to do this as much as it makes sense to me, and if it resonates with you, do let me know. But this is what it is. You have experienced situations, you must have experienced situations in your childhood where you faced difficult situations, where you did not know how you would come out of a certain situation, because it was so complicated, and everything that happened around you was like everything was against you, and you don't know how you emerged out of those situations, but you did. But you always did, with some guidance, with some either clairaudience, or you intuitively knew, or you could just hear the voice of your angels, the voice of your higher self, of your guides, who would tell you, or who would let you know how to get out of a particular situation. And they actually looked after you. They made all our guides look after us. Spirit guides always make sure that the ones, they are in charge of protecting us safe and sound on this planet, because they understand like nobody else, that life on this planet is not easy. To experience, to have a human experience is not easy, and some of the things that we go on to celebrate and revere on this planet, the things that we value are of no importance. Like, so in the larger scheme of things, for example, it might be really important for us to get a degree, or it might be really important for us to get a certain rank in an examination, or a certain job, or a certain promotion. But look at the larger scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. And we can get really entangled in these earthly dynamics of doing what others value or others understand to be important and valuable, that we forget why we are here, and we forget to enjoy our life and this beautiful experience that we have on this planet as human beings. Whatever we come here, it is a soul craving to, we respond to a soul craving while taking birth on this planet as a human being, to experience life at its finest. And we forget to just go swim in the water, or run through the green fields, and just experience all the beauty that this planet has to offer, because all these things don't matter to us in comparison to some of the other things that the world considers to be valuable, which, you tell me, does it matter all that much in the larger scheme of things? You are here to not only achieve something that is valuable to you personally, but you are here to achieve something that is valuable for the planet. You are here to achieve something which will make the planet progress and move forward to a phase where it is able to better protect itself or better preserve itself. You are one of the planet's preservers. There is something very personal to my journey which I'll share with you, because that's the reference I want to give. There are a lot of people who want to join the bureaucracy, the government, the government's bureaucracy. And the bureaucracy is the group, is that section of the government that handles the official affairs of the government, right? And a lot of people might dream to join the bureaucracy, because it is such a what do I say? It is actually it is a job that is really highly valued, and it's very respectable. It's a respectable position, and you go on to have a lot of powers. Since you know a lot of people in the government, you go on to know a lot of people in the government, you end up having a lot of powers at your disposal. So again, you are only powerful to the extent that the system allows you to be, because ultimately you are going to be answerable to the government. Wait a second. Yeah, so I had to take a break there. So basically, you would only be as powerful as you are, as is permissible by the system, or the system affords you to. But you can, people will look at you. Mostly the commoners might look at you, especially in developing developing countries like India. It is looked at as an incredible opportunity to have a very comfortable life. So just like the government has its bureaucracy, even the universe has its bureaucracy, and you belong to the universe's bureaucracy. That is what is coming through for you. So, and sometimes it might look as if, it might appear to you that the universe does not want you to have certain things, or the universe does not want you to have a comfortable life. Or you might ask the universe to deliver to you a certain job or a certain thing, and the universe does not deliver. Why? Because you might, you might look at something and think that that is what you want, but the universe has something even better for you. Like, you might not believe how like what sort of life the universe has in store for you. For example, you might want a particular job. You might pray to the universe that give me this job, and you might follow the entire procedure of manifesting your dream job, or you might go into manifestation techniques and law of attraction techniques, and nothing might work for you, and you might think the universe just doesn't want me to, and I'm just not lucky. Without blaming the universe, because you will also have a deep faith in the universe at the end of the day, or at the back of your mind, subconsciously you would know that somehow universe is not to be blamed, but you would feel unsupported by the universe. There will be times in your life where you will feel that the law of attraction techniques and everything sounds amazing, but it's not for you. It doesn't work for you. That's what you will feel. That is what your personal belief will be. I don't know how much you will go on to speak about it. You might tell people, yeah, you can follow law of attraction and this and that, and manifestation techniques, but somehow you would not. When it comes to you yourself probably will believe more in hard work than doing techniques like this. Why? Because universe is not going to deliver the things that you want. Why not, you ask? Because you have really simple, like, you've set really simple goals, whereas universe wants you to have something big. Like, the universe is like telling you are basically wanting a job, and the universe is saying, can I give you the award for being the best in that like in that profession? Like, would you like an award? And you're like, no, I don't want an award, I want the job. If you give me a simple job, the award is like, it demands too much out of me. And the universe is like, sorry, I can't give you a job, but if you want an award for being the best in that profession, I can give you. So it's like that. It's like the universe, you want, like, you might tell the universe, I just want a simple life, I just want to live, like, be happy with my people, and I want to have a comfortable life with my people. Why do you make me do things, and why do you make me stand up for occasions? I don't want to fight, I don't want to do this, I don't want to, like, I don't have such big goals. Like, I want a simple life, And also the divine feminine has been mentioned here. So you might be in your divine feminine energy, and what you would be asked in this life, like what your soul purpose is to awaken the yang in you, is to awaken the divine masculine in you. The universe coming through to tell you, you deserve so much more. Why are you settling for less? And you would be the person who would be like, but I don't want to, I don't wanna, leave me alone, give me that basic job, let me live a basic life, I want to be a basic bitch. And the universe is coming through to tell you, you are a basic bitch. That's something that you're not, and I'll show you how. So that's why you have the angelic guidance and angelic support. Your experiences will not support the kind of dreams you have, or the kind of vision that you have of your future or of your reality. You would know that you are here for something big, and you would not believe it because your experience doesn't support it. You might have experiences like this: 5 of Swords and 5 of Cups. Okay, let's discuss your cards now. 3 of Cups, 8 of Wands, King of Wands, the Magician, the Star, 5 of Cups, and 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. Since I mentioned the 5 of Cups, it might, like, it feels like the reading has the 5 of Cups energy as well, and I would not be surprised, because the 5s are the energy of change. Whenever 5 appears, it's not the story, like, it's not the ultimate story. There's something more to it, because 5 is the energy of transformation and change. So 5 is not where you stop. 5 talks about, like, 5 is definitely talks about life, like, because change is the only constant, and change is the reality of nature and the creation. So but when I see a 5, I know that this is talking about life in motion. So your life is going to go through a lot of changes, and mostly what you will be able to recollect, or what you will primarily perceive your life to be, is that of conflict and lack of abundance, and you'll basically experience the lack more than the abundance of things. And this is what you will be afraid of, that this is what your life is going to be. But keeping this in the background, and here at the back of the deck energy is death. You are here to completely transform yourself, to completely transform in front of the world. Your transformation will be there for the world to see. From being someone who is here to have a comfortable life and people don't think much of them, to being the King of Wands and the Magician, you are gonna go through a lot. And trust me, there will be people who will look up to you thinking that how did they manage whatever they managed, what is it? And your life will be your soul calling, whatever your soul calling is, it will be basically a description, like a lived description of the fact that if I can do it, so can you. This is what you will be leaving behind as your legacy, like telling people that if I could do it, so could you. People will not, this came in the end, as like in the background. In the end, people will not be able to understand how much you have struggled in life, how financially, and how much how confrontational your reality has been. Like everything that you have had to achieve, or you had opted for, has always been through confrontation and struggle, mental confrontation. And people will have no idea about it. They will only see this. They will see you having a blessed life. They will think that you are blessed. And yes, you are blessed. But this blessing is not, you will know that you have not, like I said, the law of attraction not working for you, manifestation techniques not working for you. This blessing that you will experience, it will not be one of those like, go have a blessed life on earth. No. Your story will be like, go have a challenging life on earth, and don't be afraid because I've always got your back, or I'm always there. Like, you will somehow not even trust the guidance that you have, because you will think yourself to be so unlucky. And you are pretty much in the divine feminine energy. It could be, if you're here for this reading, it makes me feel like you may be like, it could be a divine counterpart situation where you are having to balance the inner feminine and masculine within you in order to reach union with the counterpart whom you might have met. And your soul calling will be to activate the yang in you and to balance the yang, and to then live as this go on to do things that you have always wanted to do, because the yang basically executes what the yin knows. The inner knowing that you have, the masculine, that the divine feminine has, the divine masculine in them, helps them execute it. So you will live executing it. You will come in a divine feminine energy, but you will have a very strong idea. Your angels will constantly tell you, you don't know who you are. You might have heard this from your intuition as well, that you don't know who you are. And you will only think that the things that I want are probably only my dreams and wishes, and they are not going to come true because they are so big. They're so daunting. They're actually so, what you dream of is so surreal, so unreal, that you almost think that it's not true, that it's not going to be delivered. In fact, law of attraction and the other manifestation techniques that some people in spirituality go on to talk about may seem more real to you than the possibility of your own dreams coming true. That is how unreal it seems to you, everything that you want to experience in the world. Okay, let me cut the deck points. Okay, I wanted to cut the deck points for you, and the Wheel of Fortune came out. So basically the Death and the Wheel of Fortune. So your life will be completely transformed from the way you have known your life to be, to going to experience your soul calling. The transformation is your soul calling. To transform yourself, to become from the caterpillar to the butterfly, is basically your soul calling. And to do it for the world to see, you will go on to talk about your transformation. You will go on to talk about the changes that you have seen. Here I also see the Three of Cups, which is a very happy card. You might come on earth wanting to experience such pleasant moments, but you would end up experiencing a lot of struggle. But yet you look at your struggle also as you have a very pleasant view of your struggles and your challenges as well. You think that they make you human, they help you relate to the world. And also it gives me gives me this thing, although the Three of Cups does not talk about it, but you may be in the earlier part of your life, you may be into drinking and other forms of addiction, maybe more benign forms of addiction, or it could be drugs as well. You could be like experimenting with different forms of addiction in order to numb the pain that you feel, to numb the inner pain that you feel of not being able to relate to the world. And you would always communicate with your guides about why you are here, what is the communication. The Eight of Wands also talk about communication. Everywhere you go, everything that you experience will basically be an exchange, an interaction, a communicative exchange with your guides about what is this, why am I here, why is this happening to me. And your guides will also communicate with you. And you will travel a lot as a part of your destiny, or as a part of your soul calling. You will travel a lot, and the messages will also come through. Like there will be a time in your life where everything that you've experienced, even in your travels, the places that you've gone to, the reality that you have seen, and things that you have gone on to understand because you traveled to different places or you met different people, you will be shown that was a part of your destiny as well, in order to understand or be able to relate to people, in order to understand. You go through your challenges in order to understand people, in order to understand what they are fighting. You experience some of the things, some of the pains that some of the struggles and the pain that people are experiencing. You will experience them firsthand at the earlier part of your life, to be able to understand what you are here to change, or what you are here to fight for, or what is it that the humans need help with, that you are here to offer them the guidance for. So first you will experience it, first you will experience the pain, and then you will go on to experience that turn of events where you emerge as their guide, where you emerge as their leader, and you manifest everything, not more than what you need. You manifest the life or reality that needs to be established on earth, for the highest good of all, for the highest good of people. And you emerge as this leader, and you understand what you see the expression on them, that it's not a happy expression, it's an expression of knowing, it's an expression of power, it's an expression of, here I am and I am awake. What do you need? What is the work that I have come here to do? Here, universe, extract it out of me, make me deliver what I'm here for, get it out of me. And you will. And here, much like the world, the magician is also the card that has all the elements, like the cup, the sword, the pentacle, the wand. So basically you are going to be able to, then you're going to be able to have the emotionally fulfilling life, the financially stable life, the intellectually stimulating life, and also where you take action, the life where you're able to act. King of Wands, you will be able to act on everything that is required of you. You're here to fulfill some purpose that is required of you, and only you can do it. That is the soul calling that you are here to fulfill, and it is not something easy. You're here to do a difficult job. Something that I have often said to others in my interaction with them is that for the world to have the best criminal detective, the best criminal has to be born, and the best crime, or the most some of the most difficult and disgusting crimes have to be committed for someone to be born as the best criminal detective and get recognized as the best criminal detective. It is a matter of a lot of things coming together. It's not like a best criminal detective will be born and without them being criminal detective or them solving the most difficult crimes, they can get the tag or people can recognize them as the best criminal detective of all times. No, the best criminal detective will only come and be recognized as the best criminal detective if a criminal of of that stature and that that level is born. Like, the criminal also has to be that difficult for the criminal detective to become the best of all times. You understand? It's the yin and yang energy. It's the coming together of opposites and opposites balancing each other. It's the Joker and Batman, like, analogy. You understand? It's basically, you have come here experiencing all the difficult things, and at a difficult time, born into a difficult situation, going through all these mental conflicts and situations where you have felt unsupported and everything, so that you can emerge as this entity. And the thing about the best criminal detective is also that they are able to get into the mind of the criminal and think like the criminal. So if they did not have that component in them where they are able to understand that sort of thinking, they would not be able to emerge as the best criminal detective. So if you think, it's easier to look at the best criminal detective and just go like, oh my god, it's such a glamorous thing, they are the best criminal detective. But look at the look at the nature of thoughts that they had to cultivate in order to get themselves into that position or become who they are. Okay, so and that's why you had to experience a lot of Five of Swords, a lot of like talking to people about who you are, who they are not, arguing about your purpose, people thinking that you are doing, one second, yeah. So as I was saying, so the Five of Swords, where you had to battle not only other people's opinion but your own inner, like, internal thoughts, where you were your biggest enemy. And there might have been situations in your life where you have, and especially if you are in the divine union journey, then you would be able to resonate with this, where you were made to understand that you are your block, that the block is you, the blockage is you, and you are standing on your way. So you have to transform yourself in order to become the person who then facilitates their facilitates their growth, and then which brings them closer to their goal and to the destination that they are trying to reach. Obviously the entire life is a journey. So you have to be the facilitator of growth and facilitator of more pleasant or more convenient circumstances. Not even convenient, like the circumstances that you want to see change, you have to become the facilitator. You sometimes have to move away from your path, or sorry, from a situation in order to have a more peaceful experience. Sometimes we don't understand that what is like the best thing to do in a certain situation is not for us to stay there and expect an apology or expect the other person to change, but to step aside, but to move away from that situation. So you will realize a lot of these, like, different situations in our lives bring different lessons, and that's why we as a social animal, as a human, we experience different relationships and go on to have a different dynamics with different dynamic with every person in our life, because it all entails a different lesson. And these lessons and the moments of loss, you see, she's the one who's grieving a situation in her life, probably a situation of financial loss or financial lack, and here the deers are playing in the background, but she has no understanding. She does not care. There would be a time in your life where you would not care about what the planet has to offer, or how beautiful the planet is, or you would have no value. You would not be able to value human life or the life that has been given to you. That is the kind of pain you will feel. Like, if you have to emerge as the guide of humans, of people, you would have to know that the most difficult situation that they face. Otherwise you would not realize why it is being asked of you to become the guide, why you are being asked to lead, or who you have to lead, what are their problems. Otherwise you would always go on saying that why do I have to help them? Why do they need my help? What is wrong with them? Or I'm sure they can do it themselves. No, you would not say that when the time will come for you to lead or to take charge as their leader. You would not say that you will be some leader of some kind. That is what is coming through. You will be some, and you will do it exceptionally well. People will be inspired by you, and people will look up to you as inspiration. So basically, and some a thought that just came to me, and I should probably communicate it to you, is that when you, because of the difficult experiences in your life, when you go on to achieve this leadership position, or people start looking up to you, or you become maybe, sorry, at some level an influencer, or at some level an inspirational figure, you might then think that it is sorry okay, it is only a matter of time till they discover that I am not worth their admiration, or I am not worthy of the kind of praises they shower upon me, and they are going to, and I'm going to lose it all. Because of your experiences you will think this way, but understand this, it is these experiences, these humanly feelings, this understanding that you are not nothing special who deserves admiration. You're just one of them, having human experience, and having a human experience and trying to make sense of life, that humbles you, that makes you deserving to be their leader. Because at the end of the day, you are more human than you are innately human, and you've embraced this innate humanness of yours, and that's what that's the qualification, that's what qualifies you to be their leader. Okay, so every reason for which you think you will lose it, you lose their admiration, and you lose the people who admire you and who think of you as an inspiration. Those reasons are what make you inspirational in their eyes. Okay, and you will never, like, even in your darkest moments, even when you are experiencing some of the most troubling chapters of your life, when you are living the most difficult chapters of your life, you will have hope. And you would blame yourself thinking that, why am I still hopeful? Why do I still hope that everything will be fine? But hope is not going to leave you. Okay, I'm not going to show this card too much. But yeah, hope is not going to leave you. Hope is always going to be available to you. Okay, and you'll emerge as the star, because you are the star. Not emerge, you are the star. That is the understanding you will have. And the reason I said no, you will have like inner conflict, internal battle and stuff like that, which is why it starts with the Three of Cups. Although this card does not talk about it, but you might want to drown your sorrow in drinking and other form of addiction, smoking and other things. Okay, initially, and then you will basically start communicating with your guides, and you will start wanting to make sense of life, for which you will get a lot of knowledge. Eight of Wands, you will not only travel, you will also read a lot or explore different self-help books and different avenues in order to improve yourself, and then emerge as the leader, and you'll build yourself as the character that is able to shoulder the responsibility that the universe has placed upon you, has entrusted you with. So that's your soul calling. And now let's look into your guidance. You have got the petalite or petalite. Are you connected with the oneness of your heart and mind? Are you seeking a way to balance your emotions and release tears brought on by mood swings? Invite C. Are you seeking a way to balance your emotions and release tears brought on by mood swings? Sometimes, something that happens to us as a result of finding ourselves in challenging circumstances is that we expect, our body ends up expecting challenges or expecting turmoil, expecting chaos, and we might, in a very calm situation, we might start feeling uncomfortable because of the expectation of chaos that we have developed. So people who have survived some kind of abuse, or have dealt with difficult situations in their life, they might go on to sometime even develop a character with unwillingly they might start up a fight, or they might chaos might seem more comfortable to them, or they might sorry, you guys might feel that it is not your place to speak your truth. Nobody would appreciate if you speak, like if you talk about what you have to say, or if you talk about your journey. But people are going to be interested. Your journey needs to be said and spoken of. That is what I'm understanding from the block that I feel in my throat chakra. So you might feel that nobody wants to know your story, nobody wants to know what you went through. Your struggle is not important, your story is not important, but it is because I am understanding it is, and just know that it is. So you know, when we grow up in a turbulent atmosphere, we end up expecting, our body ends up feeling more comfortable in chaos, although consciously we don't want to choose it, but we end up in situations like this. Sometimes we end up creating such chaotic situations, and then we blame ourselves for it. But it happens because we are so used to chaos and so used to turmoil and turbulence that peace scares us. Peace looks unfamiliar, okay, and chaos is familiar. So this is what you will end up expecting your life to be difficult, because your life is being difficult. You would not expect to see, like, even when things turn out to be great, you would expect something to go wrong, okay. So that's what, but it will eventually, this is what you will be convinced of by the universe. You will be made to see the patterns you have developed, and you will be asked to not only change the pattern for yourself, but also for the people that you will be leading, the leader that you are, my friend. Anyway, so are you seeking a way to balance your emotions and release tears and brought on by mood swings? Invite in the energy of the divine feminine to restore your equilibrium. So as the divine feminine, you are being asked to balance your divine feminine and bring in the divine masculine. As the divine masculine, you are being asked to balance the divine masculine and bring in your divine feminine. Feel the energy of mercy, compassion and kindness within you and from those around you. First, feel it for yourself. The kindness and compassion and mercy that you show yourself then becomes emblematic of what you have to, what you show as the minimum basic that you show to others. First, you have to start with yourself. So first you become the image of compassion for yourself, and then it will be natural, it will flow naturally towards others. But first be that kind and compassionate to yourself, okay. So the affirmation that you have is, I am open and receptive. I take the time to just be. I listen intently with my heart. I have a balanced mental perspective. Mercy and compassion are abundant within me. I'm grateful for all the blessings in my life. Okay, and now I'll read the message here. Are you receiving intuitive messages? Do you wish to be more intuitive? Quiet your mind. Accept communication from angels and spirit guides. True communication includes listening, speaking and observing. Notice messages from nature and your surroundings. I think everything that this card said is everything that you have to do in order to connect with your guides. But if this is already happening for you, then I'm saying that, then it is saying that develop whatever medium has opened up for you of a telepathy communication or intuitive communication. Develop that by maybe isolating yourself and then trying to communicate with your guides through meditation, or by simply speaking to yourself, by asking questions openly to your guide. What should I do? Help me. Something like this, like I'm talking to you, or you speak to others. This is how you have to develop your communication with your guides, and your guides will come through, okay. And the affirmation is, angel of communication, I send and receive messages with ease and grace. Guidance and inspiration from my angels and other spirit guides come to me by moment by moment. I interpret the messages I receive and apply them to my life with wisdom. This is a wonderful reading, and the two cards here, the Death and the Wheel of Fortune, you basically will transform your life completely, and this transformation will be open for everyone to see. There are certain transformation people don't see, but your transformation is going to be something people should be seeing and you should be talking about, because this is what your soul calling is, to live the life you have come here to experience. And you will turn around your life completely, like the Wheel of Fortune. There is an element of destiny to your obviously soul calling is part of destiny, but this is your destiny to experience life and experience the power of destiny, where you can go from experiencing addictions and basically someone trying to be happy. A lot of your life will involve you pretending to be happy when you are really not, and then people will think, you will develop into such a powerful character that people will think that maybe you're not happy, maybe they will find you intimidating, but this will be your moment of power and happiness. You will know how happy you are, and your life will completely change, take a 180-degree turn. Okay, so that was your reading, group 3. I'm so happy to bring you the messages that I did, because the messages made me learn so much, and it was kind of revealing for me as well. And I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful that you chose to spend your time with me. See you in another reading. Take care. Bye bye.